Hey, good morning, good morning. Waiting for buy on gold. See if we can break above these highs. But I'm waiting for a bit of a trend. So I think it should be good by the time it breaks the high there. So let's see. Can we respect support? First trade came in here at the break of the highs. First consolidation breakout for the day for me. The whole time it was just ranging. That was only breakout. So yeah, we managed to catch it. I'm waiting for continuation. If we can get some kind of a candlesticks close bullish, that will be good. We have no trend. Should we take it? By the time it breaks, it should be trending. But you see it's coming down. We could still form a support over there. Just by this area here. Oh man, this thing's coming down heavy. Holy, that could be a nice little liquidity grab. Creates a support, then breaks. We should be trending above 50.28. Yep. Yes, yes, sir. We still have, we should still be having clean range to fill as well to the upside there on the 5-minute. Got a little bit more room here. Let's say about 74 pips. But you see how a simulation yesterday for the runners really helped? You could have caught a lot more pips than usual. It seems like in this scenario, it just came down to retest the accumulation zone. But yeah, chat, I'm gonna be getting stuck in. We should be able to trend. You see, we're about to hit 40. Daily bias should be changing here. So watch this. Daily bias should be flipping to bullish soon. Pretty good week so far. Archie slacking again? Yeah, man. Where's he been? It's cooking. It's cooking. I hope you all saw the one cooking this morning, yeah? Because I don't know like how much longer the bus stop needed to wait for you to see it. It was cooking for ages. So let's see how London performs. Even in the simulation, the London session was giving us trouble. Sorry, chat. The London session's been crazy. Thoughts on FOMC tomorrow? Rates are going to be kept the same. And that's going to be a neutral event for the market. So I believe gold should just move the way it's going to move anyway. But we might see a little bit of consolidation prior to the FOMC statement. But hey, if it trends, it's because of the FOMC statement. Right? Even though they're keeping rates the same, if we get a lot of bullish momentum or bearish whatever, then that's a really good sign. That would be a really good sign. I'm still kind of hoping that area that can get respected a little bit. You looking for it to bleed? Man, I was kind of hoping this would be the start of a bull run. Let's see, it could be cooking up. It could be even cooking up something better here. But it needs to come down. It mustn't like mess up the support area too much. Liquidity grab. We just got a liquidity grab below here. Remember chat, my strategy works with consistency just like any other strategy. So I hope you're taking trades off stream as well. You only trade 2 pairs? At the moment, I'm just trading 1. See if anybody caught the breakout this morning. Anybody in the chat? Oh, nice. Yeah, I knew someone had to have caught this, man. That was too obvious. Down for the day. Let's go. Even got the runner in. Nice one. Nice one. You could have trailed that perfectly. I'll upload the simulation video maybe over the weekend. Oh, when I just get free time as soon as possible. There we go. Nice one, Kevja. Nice one. What did you catch here? Came down. Little dub. Very good. Now we're waiting on this next one over here. Got some few liquidity grabs towards the downsides. A little bit of grabs over here. Nice little range waiting for that breakout. We should be trending by the time we start to break above 50.26. Come on, Goldie. Give us a solid break. Here it comes, volume. Trending bullish now. What are we doing here at this resistance? We just closed right above it. Would be nice if this candlestick was to break or at least create a resistance. Best scenario would just create a resistance now. We got like 8 seconds. 5. Let's create the resistance, Goldie. Oh, or it did not. There's a bit of a low volume there somewhere. For a new 5 minutes, also about to open in like 30 seconds. Best case scenario, it creates us that resistance first. Man, 10 seconds for new 5-minute closure. New 5 minutes opening. Alright, I ended up taking a buy. Oh, man, I hope that 5 minute doesn't screw me again here. The 5 minute pullback. I try to wait a little bit longer for it, though. But it got me right at the tip. Come on, where's the volume, Goldie? Alright, chat, securing right over here. TP just got hit. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see, dude. I don't think I'll be able to take the third trade for the day today because I got some family coming over. But we'll see. Oh, nice. We got a 420 trade. 420. Nice. But there's a bit of imbalance on that break though. So I'm not too surprised about the pullback here. A little bit of imbalance on the break. It did about like 30 pips, exactly like how much we expect usually. Can you explain the trade? It's TFX concepts. What lot do I use? 2.50. Have you already taken the trade? Nope. I trade 5 and I get confused, bro. Yeah, because the 5 is going to give you a lot of information, right? You're going to have a lot of information on the 5. That's why, but the 5 is it's a good time frame because if you don't know how to read the 5, then you miss on a lot of opportunities as well. This kind of looks like a small little liquidity grab now above this high here on the 5. See, the 5-minute candle didn't close above that resistance. Deal for the trade, wait a 5-minute open, then entered on the roof flip. Yeah, this time my neighbor is drilling. My neighbor is drilling. But I think this one's a bit polite. It's not like crazy drill, at least for now. You're like putting up a painting or something, I don't know. Bomba clap. Oh, but man, buyers still holding that level. This is you if you're still holding that buy right there. Still waiting. It wants to go up though. There's a range there to fill. It's just consolidating here. You have resistance, you got support. It should be heading towards that level by 50.35. There's still around like 64 pips left in there. It could be like whatever's gonna happen. This thing is cooking right now, chat. It's cooking. It's the same thing that happened down there. That's why I caught, you can see like right here. That's why I caught my first buy. Right here. This was this early breakout of my first buy. And then let's see if we could show the second. Yeah, the second buy right here. In and out. So we keep it pushing. TFX concepts, baby. Let's go. I think the key is always to remain consistent. It's to remain consistent. It's to understand it's a process. To understand that you must just keep following your rules. Because even remember, like I keep telling you all, like the same thing's gonna happen over and over. Even yesterday during the simulation, what I say, watch out, watch out. We're doing a running simulation today. Tomorrow morning, watch out. The same thing we're learning here right now. Please don't watch this like Netflix. It's gonna happen again tomorrow, and lo and behold, same exact thing happened on our trade that you could have used to hold the trade longer. It's kind of like whiplashing a little bit though. Got a few wicks here on the 15. And this trade doesn't matter, chat. Like this trade, like it's nice to get a win, loss. It doesn't matter. Like you gotta just keep, applying the concept, because you know you might get clusters of losing trades, clusters of winning trades. It doesn't matter. At the end of the month, when your P&L shows, that's what's mattering. That's what matters. Don't think of trading like individual trades. Individual trades don't mean anything, chat. Like, it's nice to get a clip and all that stuff, but it doesn't mean anything. Like, from a professional trader's point of view. It's just one of the many trades we're going to take. Man, we took like how many trades? Last month, we took like 37, almost 40 trades. %. The worst, though, is when you wait for that pullback and it doesn't, and then flies. Yeah. That was a very, very tricky one. But this time, at least we had a bit of a luxury to wait for the 5-minute. But yeah, that is the worst. That's the trade-off. What's the ideal account balance to take a 2.5? You got to be willing to risk like 500 bucks. So I guess the ideal account size would be about 10,000. 10,000. Usually I think on average the ideal account size, like really ideal account size, would be like 5k or like 5,000 or 10,000. That would be the ideal account size. If you can get to 5k, man, I would rather take that 5k instead of a funded account. I can compound and I can really increase. I can risk my maybe like 5% risk on the 5k and then like just keep growing that and have the full profit without rules. But this is a really good point to be in. 5k. From 10k, definitely a lot more exponential. Let's keep going. 7% up the week. See what we can do. We'll see what direction this thing breaks out from. You got a resistance here. You got a support area down over here. So we're gonna monitor and see what direction we break. Then volume should be coming in. Either we break the lows by 50-16 or re-break the highs. Remember, drink more water, chat. It's showing a little bit of a reversal play right here. If it ends up breaking that low, see it come down with lots of volume. It's breaking below like 50-17. Nice little SMA confluence in there too, on the 5. See, gold firms as investors assess Middle East fallout ahead of policy decisions. Gold prices edge higher on Tuesday, buoyed by easing fears of prolonged disruptions to oil shipment. That's what I'm saying. This war is creating gold to edge. Wait, gold edges higher on Tuesday, buoyed by easing fears. Oh, buoyed by easing fears. Yeah, exactly. Easing fears. So you see it moved up because of the easing fears of disruptions to oil shipments. But that's a key thing that's been kind of moving gold down. See what I think. Did you guys see like Dubai airport got hit like a 4th time? I think it's been hit like 4 times now. Insane. It's crazy the extent to what these influencers go to keep promoting Dubai. Like they're still saying it's a safe country and all of these things. Man, I saw a drone flying to the Burj Khalifa. Just go on my Instagram that they were targeting the Burj Khalifa and people are still saying, influencers are still saying that it's a great place to come. The real estate market is good. Man, real estate markets are like 34%. But you know the thing about Dubai? This is why I don't like countries like Dubai. And people like, they don't understand these countries. You don't have freedom of speech. You can get fined up to $50,000 in Dubai if you record a freaking drone. If you record the sky and you show Dubai in a bad light, man, you can get fined $50,000. Like their laws there are too incredibly strict. Like if you live in Dubai, it's not that it's safe, it's that you have to keep your mouth shut, because if you talk shit about the country, it even happens that you can lose your job. Like a lot of people who work in the UN organizations as well, they don't talk shit about Dubai. If you work in Dubai, you can't talk shit about Dubai. You're gonna get fined, you're gonna get imprisoned. Like it's just not it, bro. I don't understand what the whole hype about that place is. It's insane, man. And influencers are still promoting it, bro. They're still saying it's the safest place, it's the best place. Doesn't make any sense, bro. That place was a desert literally in 2015, you know. They just got some oil, it went up, but it still has a lot of problems, man. A lot of especially with the immigration and the way they treat their workers over there, the people who actually build the buildings. It's crazy. Their workers, the freaking house helps, like the maids who work in the houses, insane stories you hear from that place. Like the way they like target influencers as well, like these girls to come on boats and then do crazy shit with them. Man, Dubai is not it, bro. It's so superficial. However, let's see. Anyway, however, oil held above $100 a barrel as the US-Israeli war against Iran kept the strait largely shut. See stranded tankers for weeks in biggest disruption to global supplies on record. Let's see. Trump repeated his call for nations to help unblock the strait and complained that none were willing to offer assistance. It seems that we're getting some kind of advancements over there regarding the Strait of Hormuz. See, gold hovers near a 1-month low. The US-Israeli war with Iran is now in its third week, with President Trump warning to directly hit Iran's oil infrastructure. The conflict has kept energy prices elevated, heightened fears of renewed inflationary pressures, and promoting investors to scale back expectations for US monetary easing this year. Because we already saw it get pushed from September. It's like it's kind of getting pushed. The easing, the rate decisions. The Federal Reserve is widely expected to keep interest rates unchanged this week, while other major central banks, including ECB, BOE, BOJ, are also anticipating to maintain current policy setting. Yeah, we're not going to get changes. Man, it would be crazy if we don't even get like a rate cut this year. But I think we should at least get a rate cut. A friend of mine in Dubai told me you can go to jail for simply saying something nice to a woman in the burqa. Man, it's crazy, bro. Like, the airport's been shut. People are trying to leave the country. They can't even leave it now. Man, for me, it's insane that you can get fined just for recording the sky. No freedom of speech, man. Unless you say something nice. Because, you know, there are just so many other countries that deserve promotion. That's why I'm kind of grinded about it. Because there's so many other countries with so much to offer that deserve the kind of promotion that artificial place gets. Like, there's so many other countries which are so much nicer. Having an indoor ice skating ring is not that cool in a desert. Like, having, like, it's too superficial. There's nothing much. Like, the road systems suck. You miss one turn and apparently you have to go for hours before you can get home or something like that. It's just, that's the only thing that grinds my gears, man. So many beautiful countries out there. That's why I love when IShowSpeed did his world tour. And if it's about tax, there are so many places with tax where you can have some luxuries there. Or just do what Mr. Beast does. There are other ways to do your tax. You know, people either over declare or under declare. Let's do a little Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast lives in the States. Doesn't have any problems with tax. A lot of people live in the States. They're able to do their taxes properly. Or even around the world anyway. It's never that serious. This thing's cooking up again. Might see some breaks below 50.18. Yeah, even Trump takes advantage of tax. I'm sure the rich over there, they spend like the less on tax. They pay the least. They make the most, but they pay the least on tax, even in America. America. Just gotta have good advisors, good plans. Doesn't mean you gotta move to Dubai. Come on. That's silly. But people just hear stuff online and they're gonna just repeat it. This is starting to set up. It's gonna get a nice little break here soon. What do you think this is moving, chat? Buy or sell? Buy or sell? Right in the chat. Right in the chat. 35% tax for my profit in my country. Dubai will be missed. I want to visit one day. Yeah, it's a nice place to visit. Let's see how this breakout here is going to look. See a kind of volume that comes in through it. I would really like to buy. I would have to wait for a while for a sell. Yeah, we could have either one play out right now. So I see chat majority saying what? Sell, sell. One buy, two buys, two sells. So we're kind of like consolidating over here. Hey, what's up? Woozer Trader. Morning, morning. Welcome, welcome. That guy TGR got exposed. What's there to expose, man? Like, just put 2 and 2 together. Obviously, he doesn't make money from trading. It doesn't take you rocket science to figure that out. I don't know why people are so surprised by that. It's usually impressionable audiences, the youth. Ooh, TGR got exposed. Big news. Write a headline about it. Get the printers printing. TGR is not an actual trader. No shit. We support TGR because it's good at making content. Let's be real. No one is buying TGR's course just because they think it's profitable. They buy his courses because it's really good at making content. There's a big difference. It's just the youth are impressionable, that's all. Even now, you think this matters? Bro, you think this matters? TGR got exposed? It's not gonna make a lick of a difference. He'll still keep doing what he's doing and he will still get all the support he's always been getting. It would make a lick of a difference. It's because he's good at making content. Watch, he's too big to fail. And he's already worth like what, 20 million plus? He's too big to fail, bro. This will not change anything. But if you notice, it's not the live streamers getting exposed, because live streamers actually do this. It's only been the lifestyle traders. The live streamers, you actually see us here on a day-to-day basis and actually showing like value for hours on end, like 3 hours plus streams of continuous value. But it doesn't drive as much engagement as if I got a video editor and a cameraman and go rent some cars. Like, that's the best way to grow and clip and get like TGR status. But don't be surprised when you find out they're not actual traders. Look at this thing. This thing's about to break again. Looks like it might be trying to go for the buy. It's got like really nice rejections there to the downside. It's just waiting to pop from this area. So we got like a point A. Getting ready to distribute. Like either, I think it might be still heading up towards this resistance. The sell range is not as big. The sell range from here to here is like 54 pips. I want to take but done for the day, 5% up. Very nice. It's kind of choppy, right? Like the London Open, we've had like very few distributions so far. We only had this one here. It's like pre-session, but you see 90% of the time, you can just imagine that the market is consolidating. So this hasn't had its distribution phase yet. It's getting ready though. Then it's gonna have another extension like this. Somewhere here, we thought it would be here. It came down. There's something setting up here. It could start from here. It's flirting with the daily bias. You see we're right at daily bias, waiting. You can see how it's flipping over here from bullish to waiting. Because we're trying to break that area as like a psychological resistance. But it's getting ready for its next pop chat. Like whatever bomberclat's gonna come is coming out of this zone.
We don't bomberclat.
How much was that break? Let's see above. Okay, it didn't really break with strength over here at all. It was just like a 0.8 pip break. It needs to either break this high with like volume or start break these lows of volume to start to see some kind of direction come in. The good thing about this is it can sometimes really give you like a really nice move. So if you remember from the simulation yesterday, that specific consolidation setup that we're looking at on the 5-minute, how the candlesticks were, you know, the way they were, and the move that came out of it later, it's kind of like gearing up to be something similar of the sort. And we know sells, and you know the sells make more sense because the market is but okay, I think there's some easing in terms of the macros regarding the oil, but overall the sells with the way oil has been pushing price down kind of just makes more sense to me, and the way gold has been moving down. We got some word here. There's a bit of easing in terms of what was happening, huh? That's why we're even up right now, 0.30%, flirting with like a potential trend over there. So we'll see what kind of effect that has on the market. If we can continue selling off, or if it actually is a sustainable easing that we can see at least a daily close to the upside. But let's see right now. Boom, you had the pre-London sell-off. Insane sell-off this is. I bet you there was a TFX confirmation here to catch that move. Let's go investigate. You can already see the clean range, little head and shoulders. See if it breaks below this low. What happened? If there was anything earlier, it's like a little bit of a head and shoulder. Break support, fake out. See how it pulls up, broke, and then yeah, that would have been it right there. Then that would have been the fake out over here. That would have been the fake out above, and that's the sell-off. Scale-in opportunity. Yes, there's a scale-in opportunity there as well, right over here. So important thing is you've gone through the notes, correct? So you can see this, that I don't have to point out every little single thing. That if you've gone through the notes, then you should be able to see it. And that will help also with your ability to execute, like, for it to be natural, the process to be natural. Because if I point every single thing out, it wouldn't be natural. But yeah, there's a couple of confirmations there for that sell-off. Holy, what a range. Look at these wicks. Got a lot of whips in here. Check trades taken. That was a sick buy. Second trade W, clean range, left hand side, secure something and leave a runner fill the range. Beautiful. You secured something and left a runner to fill the range. I think that was a really good attempt over here. Look at this. Fill the range, fill a good amount. It's a huge range. That was like a 100 pip move. I was tempted to go BE. Also, price seemed quite hesitant after the break. The break, doing. Oh, when was this? Was this earlier? I was a bit hesitant, huh? You could have, I don't know how big that stop is, but yeah. Looks like he kind of hesitated a bit there before following through. Out BE. Oh, these were the earlier breaks. Let's see what time this was. I wasn't even on the chart. Yeah, I was still sleeping. That's kind of more in the Asia. Nice sell. Beautiful. Was that the... this is on the 5-minute. That could have been the re-entry we spoke about. Let's see. Break 1, 2, 3. Break 1, 2, 3. took a here. It's gone the 1 minute. Oh, that was not the re-entry. Re-entry would have been a bit higher up at like 50, 25 area. Would have been a little bit more higher up. Oh wait, was it? Like it kind of looks like it, but I think maybe just a bit higher up. That's where the structure was on the 1 minute though. Yeah, but W trade, man, amazing. Really nice push. Very well done. Now we're waiting to see how Goldie is gonna follow through from this zone. Waiting for the break above 50.29. Yeah, 50.29. That would be good. That's a bigger console. But it's gonna come out like from somewhere here. I feel like it's doing a little bit of whiplashing. It came broke here by like 0.8 pips. Then it came broke here by a pretty decent break. Quick pullback though. So it's cooking up something right here. I think it's trying to shake out people before the move. It's trying to shake them out. The break happened 30 minutes into pre-London. It was right here. This was oh, actually, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I was just asleep during this time. I woke up and I saw I was not even planning on trading the pre-London today. So when I woke up, I saw price hadn't moved at all. We were just holding this area. So it's like, okay, you know, we haven't had any moves, so I think this should be the move right over here. Just the same way like it's setting up now. Like I woke up and then I came on the chart. I saw it like this. I'm like, okay, you know, price hasn't had its move yet. So we should be having a move soon. It's creating a little bit of a head and shoulders here too. On the one way you can see left shoulder, head, right shoulder. I would not be surprised to see it melt. But right now it's a bit uncertain. Because we hadn't been moving up. We should have already been moving up. It's a little bit uncertain, but yeah, we'll see what happens soon. What direction it commits to. Either above here or below here. It still needs to commit to either side. That's an interesting indicator. Is it something you've been working on, or do you use it for yourself? Which one? You were playing with it now, saying it left and right. These are the indicators I got here. Daily bias, weekly PNL. There's a little box. Did I do something else? I don't know. There's only two that I got here. These are the ones that I use. Little box. This box. What did I do, chat? I can't remember. What did I do? What box? Sells and buys both look viable out of this zone, I think. But I think buys would be good considering daily buys. Yes. Oh, okay. I can't remember. Yeah, anyway, this is the only indicators though that you see here. Because it's hovering right at that daily bias. You see, it's like just flipping bullish. I don't know why it's not following through. It's eating at you now. Yeah, same here. Man, I don't know why it's not following through. Let's see how big this break here was. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. Should be following through. It's just shaking out traders, it seems. It's kind of choppy. If you look at the condition here on the 15-minute, we got lots of wicks. So you can see it's pulling back a lot. I think it's at a very strong selling resistance on the 1 hour chart. If that gets broken, we're going to 4,900 at least, maybe 4,900. You know, psychological mark we're trading here is 5K. Trading about 5K. The next mark would be, we say like 50. But the range to fill is a lot closer than that. It's like 50-35. But you see, you got support here. Sorry, you got support here. You got that support, resistance, and then this next resistance point. So I think either direction it chooses, that's gonna be like the ranges that I should be filling. Sell range looks clean, 54 pips. Buy range looks clean, 61 pips. I usually have an idea which way it's going. This one is dangerous, but a big move is coming for sure. Just can't gamble in it. Yep. A big move is coming for sure, There's going to be a payout here. It's just getting stuck in can be a bit of a challenge. I see it's kind of shaking off already positions here. New hourly candle is about to open up too in about 3 minutes. Oh, that screen. Oh, nice. I had to search on your YouTube channel for this. Ah, I see. Yeah, that's a magic trick. Look at this. How does he do it? Anybody know how I do this? Let's see if anybody gets it. How do I do this, chat? Maybe cash a continuation. Yep. Yeah, that's it. Small box, colorful numbers. Who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? How do I do this? How do I do this, chat? You can see? Now I removed it. Let's play a game. Yeah, Kevja got it. Kevja's a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. You just hold. You click. You left click and you hold. You left click and you hold. No, what? Right click? Can you right click and hold? No, you gotta left click and hold. It shows you the candle open, the high, the low, the close. Like this high is by 29.48. So right here, 5029.48. Oh, yeah. Oh no, no, John got it. John got it. Click and hold. Click and hold. Oh, yeah, you gotta keep trying a few times. That about to be a bumper clot.
Bumbucker!
Right, soon here. Bumper clot, bumper clot, bumper clot. You guys think I should start wearing suits to the stream? Maybe people are gonna take me more serious. What do you think? Got a pretty nice suit. But wearing a suit every morning just to stream kind of sucks. A little bit more professional. Suit up. Leave the childish jokes behind, Victor. That should have been the FCK moves. Hey, what's up, Frederick? I'm doing good. Better than I deserve. Or I deserve. I don't know. We put the work in, guys. We put a lot of work in. By the way, what happened to Justin? Oh, Justin. Oh, Justin's taking a break. Riding some horses over there. You saw his backyard? Man, amazing backyard. Get me some horses in there. I want to go Tate hunting. Go see him if I can find him. And get him to rant about lemmings. Yeah, Andrew Tate can be a bit toxic. He's pretty cool on social media, but I don't know about living with him. Kind of like a high end. I don't. Maybe he's not actually like that in real life. A lot of these people are quite different in real life, because you kind of have to portray a character online, right? He might be a totally different person. Actually, Andrew Tate's actually pretty chill. You should watch his TV show when he was a kid, when he was on this island, before he became the top G. They're like pretty chill guy. But if it's always the way he is on social media in real life, it's too toxic. It's too much. It's emasculating as well. Sometimes I feel like he's emasculating his brother Tristan, because it's too loud. No one wears any suits anymore, though. There are some premium shirts out there. However, you can see the money. Ah. Really? I like the way people dress in London, though. They have a really nice sense of dress. Business casual. Price about to come down. It's going to break below 50.18. We're still waiting on the actual break. I think it's probably going to start coming in like from somewhere here. It's been trying. It's been faking out. You see, it's been faking out a few times. So either one of these breaks is the one. One of the breaks is going to be the bumper clot one. It's probably going to start. That's going to be the next attempt right here. Once it breaks below that low. But we just want to see Goldie move. Right now we just closed below like support, like barely closed below support. I think this candle did. Create that top wick.
Why are you running?
I see those sellers come in. Oh. Come on, sellers. Let's see if this is the one that pays out. This thing's been chopping out in that area for so long. One of these breaks has to be the break. This thing is a 15-minute candle, 13. Let's see what the 5-minute looks like. This thing got a fresh 5-minute. The 15 minutes a bit stretched. It's got some SMAs to get through there. But it needs to at least give like a decent move. It can't just keep faking out consistently. You know what I mean? Like it needs to give some kind of a payout. I think that's it right there. That's the seller's payout finally. They've been waiting so long for a little bit of a move over here. It's did like just about like 20 pips. But this is the range that it's looking to fill, and this is the area where the sell orders for that move came in, was when it started like breaking below the slows. $15 incoming. Yeah, that 15 is kind of stretched. That's why it might be feeling a bit pullbackish. But this hourly candlestick hasn't even had a single move yet. This will be like the first move of the hourly. Got about like 6 minutes 30 seconds for that 15 closure. But this is the area. This is a point A. This is a point A, and this is where the distribution is coming out from. With that area as a target, like 50-12.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
See, I haven't been doing much here. Like 90% consolidation here, 90% consolidation here. Big move that broke out of this range. And now we're looking to fill some of that big move to the upside coming down. So that's the only structure that the market has actually given to you. So you have to look at this and investigate it and say, how can I trade this structure here today? This is the structure I've been given. How would I have caught this move? Because a move happened. This is the move, right? How could I have caught this move? That's the question. Because you couldn't have really caught anything here, because this is all wicks. Bunch of wicks, bunch of range. But you could have caught something more down here. And then this kind of like a red zone. See how much it peaked now, 25. Gonna give gold one more hour to break 50.29. Ah, the buys here. It will be this. There's a fresh hourly candle that just opened, so yeah, depends on how this hourly candle closes. Because if this hourly candle, let's say, closes like really bearish, it will be less appetizing to look for something like a breakback above here, because that hourly, the next hourly would have to move so much before it can even break above the highs. But it will be a lot more interesting if this one pulled back a bit more. So you get this and then maybe like a pullback. So you're gonna be still within that range. And then have this like a big liquidity grab. And then next candlestick pops up much easier. It's gonna be for price to do that. Continue moving up bullish. But hey, it could happen. Look at this. If we can measure this hourly here, in principle, it could still play out. Even if the candle came all the way down here to retest that support, it would just look a whole lot nicer if it pulled up. Caught the sell. Nice. Not an easy one to catch, Kevja. Not an easy. I think usually such moves like this, you can't catch them more if you're maybe not on the chart during these other times where it's like kind of faking out a bit more. Because this move played out here at about an hour, 6 minutes into the London Open. So yeah, very well done, man. Very good. At least if it kind of helped you manage risk as well. But you see, it's a sticky place to be in, that over trading. Because it worked out today, but some days like gold can be a bit more aggressive. Oh, I'm not going to trade with the new hourly. I would like to see this hourly flip bullish and break those highs. Using these sells as confluence if it doesn't follow through. This is a first sell off for the hourly. This hourly hasn't had a move. This is a first move. There's another move in here. There's a accumulation continuation there right next to the initial entry. I think he also just gave like a small little liquidity grab too. Here with this wick. Oh, pull back. Pull back. See how much of this range is filled up from here to here. Not yet tapped into the 65% zone yet. This is the best thing to do when you take your positions, like paper trading and then watching market. This is the best thing to do. Most people take the trade and then just call it a day. But I love to like still analyze, look at the positions, look at how it's playing out. Most people will be like, okay, I'm done with the stream. Win or loss, I'm done. With the stream. But you know, that's where you build. That's where you build your skill level. It's usually built when you're not behind the curtains. It's not built when we're just taking positions, right? All you see, guys, all you see me here is like 3 hours, maybe. But there's so much work that's always been put in, like in the background. And then we even use this time to just sharpen the sword, you know, because usually when we take our moves happen pretty fast. So the rest of it is just sharpening our sword and just like watching and seeing how our plays are still playing out. And just building that, the key thing I think is building that intuition, that little gut feeling that can help your trading down the line. Because the more scenarios you see play out, the better you get at anticipating different things from each scenario. That's why I remember yesterday's simulation when I talked about that accumulation that we're seeing on the 5-minute, what I've typically expected from those moves, like really big moves coming out, and what do we get? Like huge move came out of it. And that just comes from watching the charts, you know? It doesn't come from taking a trade and then calling it a day. Like, you don't have to trade. Just, like, watch the charts. Just get better. See, now it's kind of filling up the zone. 65% of it is filled. Like, you see, like, what happened with Woods yesterday? Woods, you got a bit discouraged, right? Because you had a few losses, right? And I get it. But it shouldn't discourage you in this point of your journey. You should still be able to put those emotions to the side and be able to still look at the chart. And just focus on the PA, because you might learn something. You might see something there on that day that you struggled, that next time you're going to realize, oh, this was that market condition. Now I know what to do. But you see, because you called it a day because you couldn't trust yourself to maybe not take a trade, you missed on the opportunity to get better. And not only him, but like, you know, a lot of people as well. They're always going to do that to themselves. Because the emotion is much bigger than the need to learn how to trade. It's a lot stronger. But it's just an emotion. It has no value. The emotion of win or loss. There's no value in this. But this range here has been filled. Only left like little breadcrumbs, about like 11.3 pips. See that right next to that 65? It's pulling up. Kind of almost creating a support over there. Hourly could still reflip, but it's definitely paid out the sellers. See, that was the main entry here by 50.18. I think anything else here would have been like a bit random, right? If you look at the structure here, what would have made you take this sell? Like on this candle that just started following through down like this. Even if you investigate on the 1 minute, you could cook something up and say maybe this was that fake out right above here to get a little bit of an earlier entry. But I would say like definitely that was the more obvious one down here by like 50.18. So there's only a few ways that you can actually, you know, catch like a move like this. And when you investigate the structure, because there's not much else that happened that can kind of give it away. So for me on the 1 minute, that's the only thing that I can say for an earlier entry is maybe this. Because we would typically trade something like that as well. Small little fake out to distribute. Next entry here. And then next entry here. Then came down to fill the range. Racked off 65%. Beautiful. TFX concepts. Could pop now. This thing continue melting. That oil situation gave it a bit of there's some easing that they mentioned, but that tension regarding oil is still pretty high right now. That's why we're anticipating gold to continue moving down. Let's actually see how oil is doing. Oil should be moving up bullish still. Yep, daily time frame is still up. Looking to still continue. I think oil is definitely gonna retest. That's not. I don't. Is that all-time high? Let's see on the quarterly. No, not yet. But I feel like oil should at least tap an ATH. With what's going on in the Middle East, there's no better time for oil than now to hit an ATH. Because I don't think that we're gonna have any other events happening for the year. This is gonna be the main one. So oil is about to be a star, and head over to ATH very, very soon. You can see a nice little accumulation here as well. It's getting ready for a nice pop above like $98 a barrel. You're going to see price continue moving up bullish. About 1K shirt. Very nice. I was watching a multi-millionaire yesterday make a $2 pizza in a rundown kitchen. Let me show you this guy. You wouldn't even tell that he's a multi-millionaire. This guy is a multi-millionaire. Look at the way he dressed, man. The kitchen also looks low-key nasty. You didn't even tell, bro. This dude is a multi-millionaire. Even look at the comments. You can like pull it up. Look at the comments over here. Let's see. I just watched a multi-millionaire in his 30s explain for 20 minutes how to put frozen pizza in an oven, and I loved it. This is kind of... I'm not going to say that's a person I am, but I'm a bit of a nerd. You're not going to tell that I have money, and I'm not that type of person. I find like these kind of people like a lot more interesting. Like they're a lot smarter, you know, they're a lot more intelligent. He has a pretty good channel as well. A lot of these other things are like, these other people can be very superficial. That's kind of sick. Man's just chilling here. But there's no better comfort than this. I tell you this, man. There's no better comfort because you know you gotta have money in the bank, right? And you don't have any strings attached. You just do what you want to do. Because sometimes it's hard to keep up with the lifestyle as well. Yeah, Asmon Gold. He's a G. He's a G. Even guys like this, let me show you. I love this type of people. Like even Penguin Zero. This guy's channel, he's got like this guy got like 17.8 million subscribers, and this is literally the guy, man. Also multi-millionaire, but it's just chilling. He kind of looks like Keanu Reeves. He reminds me a lot of like Keanu Reeves. Scruffy beard, long hair. He's pretty short as well. Chilling, bro. Chilling. Value. What comes out of his mouth is value. He doesn't have to show you Lamborghini or anything, you know? This is value. People who are gonna have to show you those things, they don't have value. They have nothing to show, to say or show, but just those materialistic things, right? That's a compensation. We call that cop. They're copping. Little compensation. Anyway, let's see. This thing already filled up 65. On the 1 minute. 1 minute's kind of gearing up again. A little bit of accumulation here. Gotta wait for that break above like 50.18. I feel it's pretty much done its job, right? Like the whole idea here was like prices are meant to break below and then fill this range. So it's pretty much done that job. That's where we typically would start to see the reactions here right by that 65% mark. Five-minute crossed. The Roach King. ISO speed's kind of like that too. Like he focused so much on his craft, like none of that stuff actually matter. ISO speed, I think like XQC was kind of like that too. But XQC had a major deal. I think it was one of the streamers who got like major first deal with Kick. They made like 30 million off that deal. That came quite fast for him though. How do you decide where to draw your 65% indicator from? I take the wick and the body, the candle body close and the wick. So it's like the wick from where the clean traffic starts down to the body of the support of the range. Not to give you slow vibes. Yeah, I mean, it's been 90% consolidating. We just had this 10% move here and this 10% move here. You see, like just breakout, range. That's why we say trading is waiting. It's a waiting game. If you're not good at waiting, then you gotta find something else to do. But you see these moves, they're not always constantly happening. And if you look at like a whole year, a whole year, it's not always gonna be giving you like crazy days where you can always catch moves. But if you're patient, if you learn how to hit them, pre-London, London patience, pre-NY, then it's a little bit more sustainable than just over trading. Sir, how can you say it 10% only moves? Can you teach us how to measure? If you think about our world economy, it's quite you can imagine like it's quite like a stable coin. Like even just zooming out a lot, it's quite stable. That's why you never wake up one day and see the dollar increase a lot or decrease a lot, or you lose money overnight. Overall, the market is kind of like stable, right? It happens also on the LTFs. I know these moves can make it seem like it's big moves, but if you see a big move like this and go to the Forex Bureau, you wouldn't really be catching like pips. Also, the spreads in Forex Bureaus are so high, right? It would be kind of more flatlined. The way it's structured, it's more flatlined in the real world. But when as a day trader we see big moves, it seems like huge moves. But if you already understand that concept, then you also understand the way the market moves itself, even on the smaller moves. Like here, it's still come like with that same mentality where it's kind of difficult to explain, but it's not always giving you like really, really beautiful moves. Like this is the safest way to approach it, because this is like a fundamental way of generalizing the market in a sense. I don't know how to say it, but man, just stick to taking less trades and you'll be good. 103 trades maximum, but most people 102 trades. Just stick to this. Just stick to that. And don't take them at the same spot. Take them during different sessions. Trust me. I don't know how to explain this to you, but just trust me. Just stick to that. 1 or 2 at different points in time in the market. Sometimes it looks like you can also keep getting back to back, which you can, but it wouldn't be sustainable for the psychology, right? Over time, you're going to end up burning out, and over time, you're going to end up having days which are really going to humble you. And that's not a good place to be. That's why you lose more when I trade more. Yes, exactly. It's done from that full extent, even to the way the candle ticks. You see like those ticks? Even the way the candles tick like this. It's an elusive thing, but that also plays a role. It's very, very elusive. Because when you're backtesting, it seems like sometimes price might have just gone in a certain direction, but you're not seeing that it's also fluctuating. There's a lot of fluctuations in there too. Like this, before it does this. It's very, 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 very intelligent. Don't mess around with the market, I would say. Like, learn how to pace yourself. Even if you're flipping an account or doing challenges, just always learn to pace yourself. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It's trying to come back into the range here again. But you see what I mean? You see, that's beautiful PA. This is what we call PA. Like actual PA. You see how like candlesticks first show you the direction it wants to move, and then it starts to fill up those ranges. This is, for me, this is what I call real price action. Because we're also trading with the real time, right? With the real time as it's moving in whatever direction. As opposed to drawing levels that previously happened, you're waiting them to tap into those levels. But you see this? Beautiful range fill. Sometimes it's gonna go beyond, but you wanna at least put stops, break even, or secure partials. That rule is true. One trade a session is healthy. Yeah, I hear that. I got emotional and was taking trades for no reason. Think I was exhausted and frustrated at how slow I'm building my account. So I called it because the passive lost a lot. Yep. That's what it does. It squeezes you. That's a market's trick. That's where it wants you. It wants it to feel slow. I understand this. I 101% understand what you're going through. Because we've all been through the similar things, right? Like even yesterday during simulation or something, like we're all very similar when it comes to our journeys in trading and the way we think about certain things. Like I've seen the patterns. Especially now that I've been live streaming and having a community, I can see myself in the community and I can see that we all have similar patterns. That's exactly where the market wants you, sir. And it's a tough position to be in, isn't it? It's very, very discouraging, isn't it? Exactly where people break, my friend. Now you've seen the breaking points. It's good that you've seen it though, because now you can observe it from a third-person perspective and say, okay, I can't control my account not being where I want it to be. Now let me focus on what I can control, because that's going to alleviate stress. I think even Bill Gates says it himself. Bill Gates says stress comes from doing the things that you know you can do, but you're not doing. That's the real essence of stress. So even if you got like a checklist of things you got to do throughout the day and you're not doing those things, you just get more stressed because now you got more things to do. So stress comes from not doing the things that you have control over that you know you can do. So you got to start now focusing on what can you control. You know, you can control your education level. You can control your following rules on a day-to-day basis. Despite a win or a loss, you can control your risk. There's a lot of things you can control, but you can't control that one thing that's grinding your gears. That's the thing that you gotta let go. Otherwise, the market is gonna pull you in that dark hole, because that's where it has its control. You have no control there. It's even like fighters, professional fighters, they would always bring the fight to them where they have the most control. That's why Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest fighters, because he's hacked the system, the point system in boxing. If you notice, Floyd Mayweather doesn't always punch on. He's not always going at the guy, and he's a much smaller guy. Maybe he's not even as powerful, right? But he controls the fight, bro. Watch Floyd Mayweather fight. He controls the freaking fight. He holds back. He's really good at playing that back game. So that's what you need to start focusing on. Because you wear out your opponent. So that's the same thing with like taking one trade per session, is because you're kind of wearing out your opponent, right? You're holding back Floyd Mayweather style and then giving every now and then. But you tilt. Have you seen fighters who just fight? They tilt. They can also tilt. What happens when they tilt? The fight's not in their favor anymore. Until you got to sit him down and tell him like, hey, relax. The coach has got to tell the guy, hey, listen, relax, calm down. Then he goes back in for the next round and he sees a bit more improvement. It's like in FIFA as well. In FIFA, what happens when people tilt when they're playing FIFA? You just try and run in, right? You start rushing in, then you eat those hat tricks. Your friend's going to give you 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. And then what happens when you start to take it slow? It becomes a little bit more challenging for him, isn't it? So you need to catch that before it's too late, before you're down 5-10-0. Because at that point, it's over. But if you're down like 2-0, 3-0, and you catch it in time, you still got time on the... you're still in the first half, you can still make a comeback. Actually, you might even make him tilt. Because now the fact that you've kept composure, he might even tilt. So he starts moving his pieces around the board a bit differently too, subconsciously. Everyone's always crying when you're not just giving out signals, but the way you talk about trading is way more valuable. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's a hard balance to find, because if I give out too many signals, and then what happens? Then I go against what I'm saying. But there are those people who want the signals. So we also try and cater for them. Because, you know, everybody's journey is different, right? Everybody's journey is different. At least they can see where the opportunities are whilst they're learning how to be patient. But just because there's a signal doesn't mean you have to trade. There's a signal right here as well. It's starting to break below these lows. It's looking to get through this level. I think that's why it's accumulating right next to this zone, this support area. Brutal pullback. Brutal pullback on that one. Let's see if it cracks the 20. It still needs to crack the 20 there. That's by 50, I think 50-14-ish area. Let's see if the market takes them out. But there was some sell orders been triggered down over here. The mental side of trading, it keeps you what? It's what keeps you consistent. Yes. Yep, it took them out. What keeps you consistent? What keeps you from these type of scenarios, fluctuations? It's rather you get in fluctuations. Okay, you can't 100% avoid them, but spread them out. Spread them out. Is there a world where you would do a futures eval for us here on Vic? I need to learn about futures. I don't even know what futures is. What's the definition of futures? The reason why people trade futures and all that is just because they were not allowed to trade MetaTrader and certain instruments anymore. Futures involves the buying and selling of standardized... Oh, contracts. Yeah, contracts that oblige exchange of underlying asset. Oh, micros, minis, that sort of thing. I need to learn about it. But it will be no different. We'll continue to kill just like this. The only thing that will change is just that it will be futures. There will be no difference. Look, I get like some people say there's no slippage and stuff on futures, but if slippage is your excuse for not being profitable, then I think that's a very lame excuse. That's not the reason why you're not profitable. It's not because of slippage. I'm sure it must be nice, but it's not the reason. Well, I'll look into it though. I'll look into it. I just need to learn about it. What brokers do you guys use? Hater? Yes, I'm a hater. I'm a hater because the market is a bigger hater than me, so I need to be a little bit of a hater, I think, if you're talking about me. so I can give you tough love before the market gives you it. You'd rather get the hate from me than the market, my friend. Well, what brokers do y'all use to trade futures? I know this TradeOvate. People trade on the funded programs, Top Step. But I think TradeOvate is the one, right? That's the main one. TradeOvate through TradingView. Project X. Like the movie. So I would need to open a TradeOvate broker. account. And then learn how to contract, how to position size. What contracts to use? 1, 7, minis. Probably gonna be minis, right? Minis like $500, $1,000 trades. Probably like mini contracts. And then execute when the strategy plays. This is the area I'm saying where the sellers should be coming in, chat. Like the first break though kind of wiped them out. You see, like pull a bit aggressively on them. They pull like about 37 pips. But usually when it's trying to accumulate like this next to a level, like it's actually trying to get through that zone. I can see a small little head and shoulders too. I learn it, chat. I learn it. Futures, we can try future streams. I need to dedicate like a weekend. Micros is $10 per 10 pips. Let me put a poll. All right, let me put a poll and figure it out. How many people here trade futures? Do you... Start a poll. All right, run up the poll, guys. Would you prefer futures trading? Run up a poll. Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. You're not the boss of me now. Wait, how'd that song go? Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Can you repeat that question? We got a new Malcolm in the Middle season coming out. If it falls, what's the target to the downside? This has already pushed about 13 pips. So I would say the target usually on accumulation breaks like this, considering we have like major support levels, is a bit harder to identify. Because right now the market just needs to move, right? It just needs to get through these zones. So that's kind of like the idea, is that that level should be disrespected, but you're not really, most of the time, you're not really targeting a zone. I would say I'm not really targeting a zone. I'm targeting a percent. So on a trade like this had already pushed maybe 11 pips, so it's not fully where I would want it to be. I'd want it to be at least somewhere like 16.5, 20, maybe even 30. Because it's supposed to move, right? Sometimes it doesn't matter even like what's happening back here. Correct? Like the market is meant to move through these levels. But it's always nicer and it's much more easier to see where the running opportunities are going to be if you get your confluence in a structural area that looks good like this. This is what we're covering yesterday in the simulation. And actually, if you applied what we were speaking about yesterday in the simulation, you could have caught at least like 58 pips on that move. But the whole idea is like when you got like a range like this, you know, it's pretty nice, obvious targets you can have for like runners as well. Stick with what you do well. I could do futures well. It's the same thing. There's no difference. The market is the market. But right now we're kind of like even. It's like half-half. Would you prefer futures trading? Yes, no. It's half-half. Make sure you leave your votes, guys, so I can at least know. Especially those of you who don't typically engage with the stream. Just leave a vote. Every vote counts. It will determine what you see from the stream in the future if you vote. If you want to know about futures, I can link you up with another live trader. Nah, that's going to take too long. I can move faster alone. This is something that it's so simple to know. There's so much information online. You know how much more time it's gonna take me to go and liaise with somebody and talk with somebody? It's too much time, bro. I just need to know about the position sizing and that, because at the end of the day, it's like the same thing. You take like a sell contract here, you're gonna have a stop loss, because this is gold. But if we go on gold, look at this. This is a futures chart on gold. It's gonna be the same thing. Put your contract here, stop loss, and that's it. And I think for gold futures, we gotta have to increase the subscription, because this is 10 minutes behind. Oh, futures for prop. That's why. Yeah. But you see, now with prop, we gotta think about a different approach. Higher risk, more runners, more planning. The mental model shifts a bit there. You ask AI a lot about those things, about contracts. Amazing. Yeah, it's quite simple. Looks like we had that liquidity grab here. It refused to follow through. Today is one of those days I've noticed. Like since we've been looking at trades, I think since pre-London up until here, it's been one of those days where the breakouts are pulling a lot, right? Like it's attempting to break and pulling down. Like you can see it here. Pulls down, pulls up, breaks above, pulls down. It's just a special kind of a day, because you know, like every day you're gonna get, this chart is gonna look different every day, right? You get like a different vibe every day. So today is more of like the breakouts are pulling up and down. It seems a lot. But you see what's amazing, right? Is because I've been trading for 6 years. So imagine in my 6-year period, how many, let's just say, vibes I've gotten from each market condition. Because I only focus on, like, let's say like a piece like this. So imagine that over like a 6-year duration, how many market conditions that I must have in the dome, right? So this is familiar. We've been here before. We've been in this one before. It's not the greatest. Actually, this would be a very risky type of conditions here, where you're gonna not feel the most confident. But I can't tell you exactly how many samples are there, because I never looked at it that way, because that's what we call experience. Sometimes people are just experience of what they do, but they're never gonna be like journaling those kind of things, right? But I feel like that would be an interesting add-on to the course maybe in the future, if we can consciously start to draw them and then have a sample size of each market condition and maybe like a few ratings of what to expect. And I feel like that's now like sharing a bit more of the experience visually, but most people don't typically do that. It's a very negligible thing to think about incorporating into, let's say, a course, but it's something that we could look into. Because when you're having like a course, you kind of under the impression people are showing up and putting in the work, so they're building the experience as you go. So just by virtue of me saying this and you being part of the group, you should be expecting on a daily basis to see what kind of a vibe that it might be and writing those types of notes. So you'd only want to focus on, let's say, a PA from pre-London up until the time that we're trading. Or if you're trading the pre-London, you can see from the pre-London a little bit of the Asia as well. You don't gotta go too far back, correct? You just want like a chunk like this. Because if you go too far back, it becomes again a bit confusing with the biases and everything. Because this is old PA, correct? But you see, we're here. Let's see where the votes are at. Oh, 60%. Wow, 60%. Sheesh. We'll do a mix, probably. We'll do a mix. I don't know. We gotta see. Trading props is good if you have stacked accounts and copy trade them. Easy money printer. How often do conditions change? It seems to be quite random times. I notice when they change, but haven't grasped how long they usually last. Conditions, just think about like in terms of slices, right? So just remember this here. Just remember this. You can take a picture of this. This is pre-London to where we're trading. Right, this is the amount of PA that you want to gather here. So how often they change? It's right now it's 5:50 a.m. Eastern. In the next 9 minutes we're gonna see pre-New York. No, in the next 1 hour. Yeah, in the next 1 hour we're gonna see pre-New York. I forgot the times kind of changed a bit there. What time is it right now? Oh, I have a commitment in an hour. But yeah, in an hour we got a pre-New York. So just get good at sectioning out. You know, it's like braiding hair. When you're gonna braid hair, you gotta get good at sectioning out, right? So how can a guy who braiding hair, how are we gonna teach you how to braid hair? Even braiding hair is like a craft. You get good at sectioning out. So you're gonna learn how to do it, and you gotta get better at it as you keep doing it. So every day, just keep that in mind. What market condition are we trading in? Look at the wicks. Look at the ranges. Is it moving bullish like this? Is it moving bearish cleanly? Or is it kind of like doing this? Sometimes you do this. Accumulate, boom. Accumulate, boom. Accumulate, boom. Or is it moving boom, 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 boom? Moving boom, boom, boom. It's also like a tempo thing. So you can imagine like even a drummer learning how to drum. It's kind of like a tempo thing. I know all this might sound a bit loose-ended, but it's a skill. Trading is a skill. I can get that nice affiliate link money. Yeah, I should have affiliation links. I should milk my audience. I should milk you all with affiliation links. Go to all the prop firms and say, hey, I got 188 people here. Give me a link. Give me a link. Nah, I'm joking. I used to do that, but I don't know, it's just something. I didn't like it. I provide value in terms of education, you know. I don't know how far that link will help this. But I'll look into it. Discount codes and that. You know what's crazy? Some of these guys get paid $40,000 to $50,000 a month for affiliations. Insane. Hey, so you're listening. You got 40 grand for me. That would make things interesting. At the end of the day, it's just a discount code for the community anyway, I guess. With a reputable broker. Yeah, but I tried it already with previous ones. I just didn't like it. Because I want you all to learn how to trade, you know. I don't want to... Because the way I learned how to trade was different from the way people are learning how to trade nowadays. The way people are learning how to trade nowadays is through props. But I don't have an experience with learning how to trade via trading on a prop firm. I have experience learning to trade via a live account, even if it was just about $500. I think there's a huge difference in the psychology here and here, correct? Even if you look at this, like actually just look at this chat, like this is live and then this is prop. What's really going on here? Like think about live as more raw and more organic, right? And then prop is kind of like for the people who kind of want to make money, right? That's the idea. So what are we really promoting? Raw, education, and actual skill. Because when I started trading, people actually cared about the skill. Nowadays, people care more about the props and making the money. Right? So what are we doing here? It's good if you can get to a payout. That will keep you motivated. But do you need a payout to keep motivated? Is that what this has become? Zoom out the chart head and shoulders. Yeah, kind of. It's a much bigger kind of ripple. Kind of like rippling into it. That was a head. That was the right shoulder right there with the confirmation for the sell. So it's still currently in that distribution. But you see, it's chopping a lot. Like if you notice how Goldie is behaving, it keeps breaking the lows and then pulling back up a lot. Break the low, pull back up. Wicks are a little bit nasty. Yeah, Wicks eating people. It needs to break. That's why it needs to break out of the sequence, right? That's why we say you take a trade per session, correct? Because sometimes we need to break out of these sequences. We should be able to break out of it at least in the next hourly candle that opens. So you see a diversifying risk, and you don't even see that you're doing it, but you're doing it by spreading out how you trade throughout the day. You're breaking away from the sequences which might not be as favorable for you by doing that. It's also a form of risk management, because risk management is very dynamic. It's not just about risk to reward. There's also ways to play with the P&L, the percentage gains, and spreading risk like throughout the day like this, as well as structurally. Like we spoke about in our simulation yesterday in the mentorship, right? Structural ways that, remember, when we reduce our risk on that one runner, and then it changed the whole variable of the trade. So even if you're looking at from a risk reward perspective, the risk reward became massive. So it's a very dynamic thing when you look at risk. There's like different layers to it. All I'm offering you is the truth. You know, you either take the red pill or the blue pill. But when you want to elevate your performance, then you get pushed to seeing those different perspectives. When you don't want to do that, then it's okay also, you know. But price is trying to melt from this area, but you can see it's been wicking a lot. Kind of reminds me of this. This is literally what I'm trying to do. Wait, let's pause this.
It's up to you. You're on your own. Your life expectancy is like here. With me, it's here. Without me, here. With me, without me. With me, without me. You know, it's up to you. You're on your own. Your life expectancy is like here. With me, it's here. Without me, here. With me, without me. With me, without me. You're on your own. Your life.
Yeah, that's a good movie. That's an OG movie right there. There's this Tom Cruise movie I wanted to watch. I got it bookmarked here. I think it's where he played like a samurai. I don't think I've watched this movie. It looks pretty good. Guy says that's my favorite Tom Cruise movie. Life is so cooked that at arguments I choose peace now. Yeah, I'm getting to this point as well. I'm getting to this point. I'm still quite young, so you know I'm growing up and realizing things about life. I'm starting to realize life is so cooked that nowadays I'm leaning more towards choosing peace than trying to convince people about certain things. Like I think I'm just getting done. I'm getting done. Like some people, you know, it's so hard to help. But I've time to realize like people don't want to be saved. It's not your job to do that. But we can, you know, we can just say something once, let it be known, and then let's choose peace. Whatever comes after that. I think it's a virtue, a very virtuous skill to be a bigger man in certain scenarios. And I think also that's going to shape up quite nicely in the market too. Because by virtue of being a bigger man, you understand that even a losing trade has nothing to do with things that you think you can control. It's just a matter of how you perceive it. Which has already been known, but definitely something to always remind yourself on a day-to-day basis. Your perception to this stream, what you see when you get a win trade, a losing trade, and then reflect on that, right? Wow, it just took this long for 15 minutes to cross, just crossed. It's trying to push down. It's got lots of heavy lifting to do below these levels. You see it's wicking a lot. You can see this whiplashing. This is really crappy market conditions. That's why I said in this, by the time this hourly candle here closes, the dynamics should be typically shifted. But you see it's still been quite aggressive. I mean, look at this 5 minute here. It just went all the way up to take out the highs, to pull back down. All right, so we're going to go about 64 votes in. Would you prefer futures trading? Only 64 votes in right now. All time frames in buy mode now though. Look at this, man. This thing is melting.
Why are you running?
But no obvious entry on this one. To be honest with you, chat. You know what actually happened here? It's been wiping traders. You can see on the first break. Look at this first break. It pulled up, right? Look at this second break. It at least broke a little bit more here. It did about 20 pips at least. Perfect. But it's still pulled up to target the general audience. You see, it's still pulled up. And then you can see that on the 5 minutes. So it's a bit shocky. It's trying to generate orders to move. I think gold is just in a tough spot today. You can also see the same things happening here. Breaks, pulling down here, pull up. It's in a tough spot. The market needs, it's like an animal in a cage, the way I look at it. It's when it feels like there's not enough orders or something's going on, it acts really aggressive like this. It tries to take people out. Sometimes that works in your favor really nicely, especially when you have a retracement, let's say like this, or like if price is at some kind of a key resistance and then you notice it like being a bit aggressive, but not giving you the entry confirmation for the sell yet. And then all of a sudden, gonna see something like this happen. Like a big liquidity grab, and you're gonna see the candlesticks start to come down. You know when you get triggered, most likely that's just gonna play out. Because then you get that release of volume towards your direction. Last Samurai is incredible film. Many life lessons. Yes. Yeah, John knows his movies here. Yeah. Yeah, those are nice throwbacks. I like throwbacks like that, like Ferris Bueller's Day Out, or The Breakfast Club, or Edward Scissorhands. All those type of like golden movies. Man, completely bleeding here. Holy. Very, very, very difficult one to catch. You know why? Because of that swing right here. This swing, it shook out all the other traders over here before having that distribution. They remind of them because that pullback was about like 67 pips. A little bit aggressive, but you can see it's starting to open up, correct? That's why we hit it the next time in like about an hour. That's going to be pre-New York. That's typically the way I view the market throughout the whole year. Pre-London, awesome. And then London, you catch something there. And then pre-New York. Boom, boom, boom. Let it open up, giving it just sufficient enough time. So we're using time. Again, as another, we mentioned ways of risk management. We'll just label now time. We set sessions, but I guess we can appropriately say time. The right amount of time. Because sometimes you notice like you get moves early. Let's say if it's an early session move, but a lot of fake outs happening at a specific time during that Asia session. And it's playing out better at a specific time. Maybe during the Asia session as well. So keep in mind those times. And look at how the price reacts typically when you're on the chart. And master that. But I have a commitment, chat. I gotta go. I gotta run. I hope you all found some value in this stream, and I will see you all in the next one. So we're gonna leave the vote count here at like 59%. Prefer futures trading. We'll look into it as a side thing maybe, and then we'll take it from there, man. Thank you everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.
Hold me now, we bout to dip.